Tonight. We're going to make it short but sweet. So throw it all at us. We're going to be live for about an hour and we're just going to talk shit. And that's it. Hello, Elijah. He's got a lot to say today.
Yeah.
He's
back there.
commentating.
So-
I can see his feet.
I know, so cute. So we're going to start it off like we normally do. We're going to make it the rounds and talk about what happened in our lives this past week. So, Javi, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I could go first. I can't remember. I'll have to think. Caught the Titans game this Saturday. They lost.
Dude, crazy football weekend, right?
Yeah. And then did some work with John Joe Sunday, doing track, and then that's pretty much it. Just been working, catching up on some Game of Thrones. And hanging out with this little guy.
Nice,
Some,
nice.
some wise words there. Yeah.
Yeah, Elijah, stuff to live by.
He's like, I
Yeah.
want to talk about my week too.
I ate, and then I pooped, and then I slept, and then I woke up and pooped, and then I yelled.
He's been coloring, so it's been. I've been
Oh, an
kinda
artist.
with that, yeah.
Nice.
Not only does he play guitar, but he also is an artiste. Well, damn, my desktop doesn't. I can't see comments because my desktop doesn't want to do shit. right
Salt Nation's watching on YouTube, so hello.
now.
So,
Let's try turning off. the
What's
live
up?
one.
let's see, Josh, what's going on with you? How was your week?
It was good, just doing the school thing and work thing, and I don't know if there's any real highlights. I got a new candle.
Hey,
Smells-
I just got a new
Yeah.
candle today.
Really?
The girl
It
at
smells-
Bath and Body Works, man, she got me.
Yeah, it smells good. It's like I don't know what brand it is or anything, but it's like a frankincense smell. So it's pretty.
Oh,
where
what is
it's-
that? What does that smell like? I mean, obviously, I know the whole like Christmas story and the three wise men, the frankincense. So I know the word, but I don't think I've ever smelled it before.
Yeah, I can't really. It was kind of the same thing. Like my mom was burning one, and I'm like, "What is that smell? I love that smell." And then she told me, so I went to buy one. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of maybe like a smoky-ish smell, kind of smoky. I don't know. It's really hard to describe, but I suggest you all pick one up because it's definitely soothing
Oh.
and
Highly
Yeah.
recommended by Hosh.
yes, exactly.
Our candle connoisseur.
Yeah.
Our candle connoisseur. I love that. I
Yeah.
literally just got a candle today.
That's funny.
Dude, the girl at Bath and Body Works was like the best salesperson I've ever had, and was like, "Hey, you should smell this and look at like the lid." And they were on sale. Like the 3-wick candles were on sale today, so I was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah, they're on sale, but you still walk out of there spending like $100.
I didn't spend that much. I'm not that bougie. But yeah, I got the candle that she suggested. I was like, holy shit, there you go. I don't even know if I liked it that much. I just was like, you're just so good at your job. Sure, whatever. Yeah. Anything else new with you, Josh?
No, not really. I watched the first interview that Tom, Toby, and Andrew did together, the three Spider-Men. So
Yeah.
I was excited about that. So I did watch that. That was cool. Besides that, it's just been school, getting ready for an exam next week. So just making my way through. Almost done last semester. So
Do you think
Hoorah.
those three are gonna start their own pop punk band?
that would be awesome.
Tom, Toby, and Andrew.
Yeah.
Hmm.
and And Tom's like denying more Spider-Man movies, but I don't know. I don't buy it. I think I've already kind of heard he's going to have another trilogy, so we'll see. I also heard
No Way Home pretty much set it up.
Yeah. I also heard a rumor about Toby possibly being in the second Doctor Strange because it's like directed by Sam Raimi, and I guess there's like some sort of evidence somewhere. I'm trying not to look into it though because I don't want to be spoiled.
It's the multiverse.
Yeah.
Of madness.
Yeah. So nice. Yeah, that was pretty much my week.
Cool. Awesome. We've got Manuel watching on Facebook. We got White Wolf's Bushcraft back in the chat. It's been a minute. Good to have you here. Hello. Hello, everybody who's watching, everyone out there. We don't really have a topic tonight. We're just going to shoot the shit and talk some shit. I was
a lot of shit tonight.
I know, right? I was talking to a guy yesterday and he was like, I love podcasts. What's your podcast? I'm like, oh yeah, the Nearly Dead Podcast. Check it out. Because as you guys know, even though we do the live, we also do condense it down to a podcast for people that can't be live. But I like doing it live because I like to read the comments and talk to you guys live. I think it makes it a lot more fun and interesting. But he was like, dude, podcasts are where it's at, man. I mean, anybody can start a podcast. It's like you talk shit for free. You might as well do it online. I don't know. I just thought that was funny.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you already talk shit. You might as well put yourself out there. Might as well put yourself out there. So, yeah, we have fun. So I was
listening. Oh, go ahead. Well, I was just gonna on the comment about podcasts being whatever. I was listening to the Conan one, and he was interviewing Patton Oswalt and his wife, and they have a podcast together that's literally just about the text messages they send each other.
Oh God!
Basically,
we should do that. We should talk about our text messages between us as a band.
It's just like he and his wife met through just messaging each other because they were in a group message together or something, and that's how it started. And he was like, "Yeah, they because I guess they had talked for several months or almost a year without even meeting each other." He's like, "We didn't even talk on the phone. We just texted, and then we finally." She was just like, was he just flirting with me? And then Patton was like, wait, did I just flirt? I don't know what's going on here. Maybe we should meet. And so they met, whatever, they got married. But he's like, even now being married and living together, he's like, text is still our primary form of communication. He's like, one time she was so snuggled up in bed, he's like, she was in her perfect position, all the pillows in the right spot, and he was like, I'm laying there and I had this picture that I wanted to show. I was talking, I was like, oh God, this thing's so funny. And she's like, describe it. And I'm trying to describe it. I was like, you just got to see it. And she's like, well, you need to roll over here and show me, or just text it to me. And he's like, we're literally in the bed together, and I text her this photo to look at that I wanted her to see. But yeah, apparently their podcast is just about the just absurd messages they send each other throughout the day or week, and then that just kind of, I guess, sparks conversation. But yeah, so to your friends or that guy's point, yeah, podcasts can literally be about anything.
I love it. Text messages. Yeah, let's go through our fucking group chat later and we'll talk about that. That's hilarious. I have been watching The Haunting of Bly Manor, and I'm really into it.
And
there's a new season of Drag Race.
I did not like as much.
I
liked The Haunting of Hill House, and then I thought the Black Mass was fantastic. But yeah, his second show, The Bly Manor,
I'm liking it.
It was good. I'm
liking it so far. I don't know.
I felt like it kind of got into that American Horror Story, Asylum, some of those seasons where there was too many kind of plot points going on, and I like it when it's more focused on one storyline. I felt like Bly Manor had too much going on. They needed to narrow it down or something.
Well, I'm really liking it. I don't know. It's interesting. Like to be honest with you, Haunting of Hill House was a little less unique for me. It was
generic.
It was yeah. Like the things that happened were not surprising to me. Like the twists and the things that you found out, you kind of like I mean, I definitely like was a little shocked when you find out, you know, who's been haunting them the whole time. Like I was a little shocked, but then I was like, yeah, I guess I could see that. And then it just wasn't, I don't know, it just wasn't very interesting. I'm really liking Bly Manor. I think it's a unique storyline with the au pair, and, you know, everyone's got these like secrets and these pasts, and you're trying to figure out like who's who and like what's going on. So I'm really into that. Let's see.
Hey, we got some first time chatters over on Twitch.
We do. Hello, Rosemary Fanbite the Apple. Love you. Thanks for watching. And Raul Boras.
Hey, you even got the R roll in there.
I did. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but thank you so much for following us on Twitch and for watching. We really appreciate you guys. That means the world to us. Let's see. I went to Olive Garden this week, so that's newsworthy.
That's a highlight.
That's
sure.
Yeah.
That is absolutely.
Unlimited breadsticks.
And you guys all know that I love Olive Garden bingo. Please try it next time you're out at the Olive Garden. So you will see a screaming baby. No offense, Javi. Or a fussy or crying or just something to ruin the mood. No offense, Javi. But there'll be some sort of like kid there, and then you'll always see a awkward couple on their first date, and then a couple who's kind of like over it, who's on their like anniversary date. You'll always see those two things, or those three things.
Yeah. And well, you know, when you're there, you're family. So, you know, when you hang out with family, most families have like the out of control thing, you know.
When you're there, when you're here, your family. We went with my brother-in-law, and he tells us the story about when you're here, your family. He was saying it all the time, and then he's like, "I'm family. My meal should be free, right?" And everyone's like, you know, tossing up and shit, and cutting up with the waiter and shit, right? And then fucking by the end of the meal, he had actually found a hair in his food and he got his meal for free. So it was, yeah, he tells that story a lot. It's like he's just joking about getting his meal for free, and then he actually finds a hair in his food and gets his food for free.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm such an opposite person. Like, I'll just take the hair out and just like.
Ew! No. We need to have a poll. Who thinks that's nasty as hell? Hands up. Who thinks that's nasty as hell? To just remove the hair?
Yeah, I mean,
it
happens. You don't know. It's like who.
That's nasty.
It could have been the person sitting next to you. Like, that stuff happens. Like working at a restaurant.
Yeah, no, it's gross. Gross.
People
Javi.
just like look for all the stuff they can use to get free shit. And
yeah, I mean, this is my thing. If I found a hair, I probably wouldn't say anything, but I don't think I'd keep eating it. Like, I would just, it is what it is. I don't know, you know, because I would feel bad saying something, but I don't think I could eat it. No.
To me, I don't care. Whatever.
Dude.
Especially if it's on something like, it's just like, whatever, I can move that portion of the food aside and not, like, I don't have to eat, especially if it's like gagging. Pasta. I don't have to eat where it was touching, and I can eat around everywhere else.
Everybody in the chat's blowing up right now with
I'm not a germaphobe. I don't care. That's probably why I rarely ever get sick, is my immune system's so high, because I've like
all right Joe Rogan
all the germs.
All right, Joe Rogan telling us that we all get sick because we don't eat the hair in our food at restaurants.
Yeah, my antibodies are so built up here because I've just been eating off the floor since day one.
All right, it's actually took a turn towards the hilarious. I love it.
I've got a 5-minute rule. It's fine.
Oh man. So you're next. What happened
my
your week?
week's just been chill because it's been cold. It's really slow season for my work, so I've had a lot of days off. Mostly just kind of just working on projects on the home, whether it's band stuff or just drawing or doing me time, gaming.
You should do a drawing for Patreon this month. Is anybody claimed this month yet for the producer prize?
I can just finish what I've been doing and give it away or something. It's taking so long. My friend wants to get into NFTs and he's like trying to get me to draw for him, and I really don't want to do it, but I was like, whatever, fine, I'll start drawing some stuff. So I started it, but I get way too detailed, so it like stuff takes, it's not like I'm sketching something out in 5 minutes and I'm like maybe a quarter of the way done and it's already taken me like 4 hours. So I'm just like, I need to just bang something out. But yeah, I've been doing that, and this weather's got me like allergies, like stuffy, so I'm just like not super enthusiastic about anything. I'm just like going through the day to day. But I've been watching shows too, and like I mentioned, watching Arcane last week, and I finished it, and it's literally one of the best shows on Netflix ever. It's so good, and they freaking, who does 9 episodes? Like, here I am watching episode 9, just thinking, getting to the end, and there's this banger of a cliffhanger, just like the way it ends, it just blows your mind, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go into 10. And here we're gonna get the wrap. I'm like, wait, there's no more episodes. This is how it ends. I gotta like wait for next season. You son of a bitch! Like, how dare they do this to me? So, but it was so good. And then I this week's episode of Boba Fett, and it just, every episode gets better. There's so many Easter eggs.
I gotta start that as soon as I'm done with Bly. I'm gonna start that because I'd be paying for Disney Plus and not watching anything on Disney Plus.
It's good. It's
I need
not
to watch
as
the
good
Boba
as
Fett, right?
The Mandalorian, but I mean, this week's episode was basically, well, I don't want to spoil things, but I thought the episodes get better as they go, and this week was definitely the best episode. And there's so many like Easter eggs and like references to the Rebels animated series, the Clone Wars. There's references to the prequels. There's references even to the Jedi Fallen Order video game. They're like pulling in like lore from all these different things, and I feel like Boba Fett is really just kind of this almost setup show for the other series. It's almost like a threading show. It's like this show's here to connect the Mandalorian to the Ahsoka series coming out, to the Obi-Wan series coming out, and like it's kind of like putting all these things in place. So it's just like getting you really excited for the next thing. So I'm super hyped about next week's episode, but I'm bummed. I'm not bummed that I'm going on vacation, because next week will be my last stream for a couple weeks, because I'm going to South Africa for 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
But of course, like that first week of my trip is the season finale of Boba Fett, so I'm gonna have to wait like 2 weeks before I can actually watch it.
You're lucky that you can go at all, with COVID still being around. So
yeah, it's a little bit of a hassle, like the way I've got to get testing and like time it perfectly so I can get my results right before the flight and all that kind of stuff. Because the worst thing that could happen is I get there and I have to quarantine for 2 weeks, and that's my entire trip. So I basically go there to sit in a South African quarantine for 2 weeks. That would be the worst.
That would be the worst. Or actually having COVID. That would be pretty bad too. Yeah. So stay safe.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm getting my test before it, so if I have it, I can't go on the trip.
Yeah, for sure.
So hopefully I don't have it, but I don't know with the way the rules, and then we got to get tested before we come back to the States. I mean, I've heard of people being stuck on overseas longer because they failed a test trying to come back to the States, and so it is kind of like a risky time to travel. But I mean, I haven't been out there in 4 or 5 years. I've pretty much seen my brother once since then, so
you're overdue for a trip. Is the whole family going?
Everybody but Sarah. She couldn't go because she had a lot of stuff in her travel already planned out for this year between her work, and she has a lot of friends getting married who are in different states or doing destination weddings.
Yeah.
So.
That's what's going on with me. I got people like getting married in Florida and then in Colorado, and me and Jordan fucking and our friends bought tickets to the When We Were Young Fest. I don't want to get any shit talk in the comments because it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Well, that's awesome.
I was gonna get tickets, but they're already sold out. You can get on a wait list, and they jacked up the prices.
Did you get like the first date?
We are we're going on Sunday.
They made 3, I thought.
They made a
third
they
extended.
Day. Yeah.
That's
all
wild.
bands are playing all days. I don't want to hear any shit talk. I'm excited about it. We're gonna it's gonna be awesome. But
I wanted to go.
We also love Vegas, so any excuse to go with our friends, we're just like, fuck it, let's just go. So
it's just waitlisted, and they bumped up the price from like $299 to now it's like $499
for general admission.
Yeah, like they jacked it way up.
We originally tried to get VIP because how like festivals can be if you don't have VIP. It's like basically going to Disney without a fast pass. It's like shitty. So I was like, whatever, we'll save up and we'll pay more, because they were doing this whole thing like $20 down or whatever. Like you could like just reserve a seat and then make payments on it. But they ended up selling out of all the VIPs. So we got like the general admission plus. And, once you get to a certain age, you can't be doing that Warped Tour grind anymore. Like, you need your access.
Yeah, I'd pay extra for VIP.
I would.
Like now, if I go to a concert,
yeah, you're like okay. yeah. And so many people have paid for our VIPs, and it's just like, I get it. Like, it's just like. It's like just so much easier than waiting in line. But
the thing I'm curious about though is I want it being that it's the same bands every day, and it's kind of like Warped Tour. Warped Tour is one day. I'd be curious if they're gonna show like the stage layout and like when everybody's playing where. Because the thing that would suck is if it's like I look at that lineup and. I mean, everybody's cool on there, but I wouldn't say that I necessarily want to see every band. But it's like, what if the 5 bands that I like, are most excited to see are the ones that are playing at the same time at different stadiums?
Yeah, it's at the fairgrounds, so it's going to be a gigantic area, which is probably where Warped Tour and things like that are held in Vegas. If anybody is from Vegas or can shed some light on it, go ahead and let us know. But 3 stages only, but they rotate. So as one band plays, the other one sets up behind it and vice versa. So it's like it's just music, like all day long. There's like something like 70 bands or some shit like that. So it's not
necessarily bands playing at the same time.
They probably stagger them. They probably stagger them like because there's 3 stages, you're gonna get at least 3 people playing at the same time, but then it'll switch to 3 more. So like, yeah, you're right. What would suck if you couldn't, because I can't imagine it being like as easy as Warped Tour to go from one stage to the next. Like things just can get chaotic at things like that. So it's like if one band ends and you want to see the next one, but they're the next stage over, it's not like you're gonna be up front for them. It's not like you're gonna be like in a good spot. Like you don't really know like what day bands are playing or what the order is as of right now. But we're excited. It's gonna be exciting. But at the end of the day, we're all like a little bit older. We don't really do the whole Warped Tour thing. So, we got general admission.
Yeah, I never care about being up front. I'm always fine being in the back.
Yeah, I don't need to
listening and watching. I just want to hear it.
There's I was really excited for some of the like lesser known bands, like Matchbook Romance is apparently going to be there, and I was like, that's a must see for me. And then other than that, it's like I can't wait to see Alkaline Trio, but I've seen them like a dozen times. I've seen My Chemical Romance. I've seen Paramore. I feel like there's a lot of people that are very excited about Paramore because they haven't seen them live. They haven't really done a lot lately. Same thing with My Chem. So a lot of people got into them after they broke up and never got a chance to see them. That's going to be crazy.
is because yes, I've seen them live, but it's been like a decade almost, you know, and it's like, and they did break up and they've been inactive for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd really be interested to see them.
But like I saw them when I was a lot younger and at Florida Fairgrounds, a much smaller venue than like a giant festival. It was just like a headliner with them. So, and I moshed and I did everything. I think that's the show I lost my eyebrow ring at. So it's like,
remember when we were supposed to see them New Year's Eve, but we couldn't get to the stage? They were playing when we were in New York.
My Chemical Romance was playing New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't fucking remember that, them being there at all.
Yeah, New Year's Eve when we went to visit Sarah in New York.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, we didn't end up, because we couldn't watch it because it was one of those things where they like had barricaded off the sections, and once you're in there, you're not allowed to leave.
Dude, New Year's Eve in New York is
for like 6 hours and not pee or, you know, go get food or anything. And
you basically need to wear Depends.
MCR was before Muse was big. So this was like just when Black Parade had come out, and they were the headliner and Muse was the opener. Like Muse wasn't like a big thing here. I don't even think Supermassive Black Hole had come out yet. It was just the Absolution record. And I honestly didn't know much about MZR at the time. Like I had heard one or two of their songs. I was going to see Muse because I was like a huge fan. And then I stayed and watched My Chemical Romance, which was fun. And I was like, okay, this band's pretty dope. But it's crazy to think that there was a time that MCR was bigger than Muse and was like a headliner. Whereas like Muse now is this like world known, like sellout stadiums everywhere kind of band.
Yeah. I saw them like right before they broke up. They were touring, like, what was their last album? Like Danger Days. And it was such a good album. But
dude,
they were
I love that album. People talk, MCR fans talk smack all the time. They're always the like OG, like, you know, the old stuff's better. I'm like, dude, Danger Days is a fucking solid record.
It's a really good, dude, it's really good.
The cadence of his vocals on that album, he's so percussive.
Yeah.
It's so good. And like, they've got so many good guitar riffs. And
yeah. And even when I saw him, like, he had like the red hair and stuff that he was kind of like had during that album's release and everything. It was a good show. It was crazy because it was like right before they broke up.
Yeah. But, and that album is connected to his comic series, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he have a comic that was what was it called? The Killjoys or something?
Yeah, because that whole album.
He has the Umbrella Academy, and it's a Netflix show as well.
Yeah, he did that one, but I thought he also like, because in the album,
True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys.
I think he also did a thing with. I know he had Umbrella Academy, which he's won awards for that comic. But I thought he also did one called Killjoys.
I don't know why I've never seen the show, and I love him, but you know,
I really wanted to like it, but I kind of got bored of it. I may go rewatch it. It just came out when there was just like a million superhero things going on, and I was kind of burnt out on the whole like super team, because that's what Umbrella Academy is kind of. It's like misfit. They're not. It's a little bit. It's kind of like a gothy Avengers. You know, it's like a group of like so many kids, and they all have got these like powers, but they're all kind of like brooding and.
Yeah.
You know who I'm really excited to see at the festival? Because I definitely My Chemical Romance, because it's been a while. But I pulled up the like flyer thing. Acceptance. Do you guys remember that band? Norma Jean, Senses Failed. Senses Failed is like must see. Never saw them. That I remember. I don't think I ever saw them. Fucking Avril Lavigne, my queen.
Oh yeah.
My goddess. So like
crazy.
I've never seen her. So isn't that crazy that she's playing it? I'm so stoked. Jimmy Eat World. I don't believe I've ever seen them live. So I'm just like, dude, AFI, never seen them live. Alkaline Trio, they used All American Rejects. We played with them. Remember that, guys? Well, you guys weren't in the band. Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
I saw them live though.
They're awesome. Poppy will be there if you guys are into Poppy. Glassjaw, are you fucking kidding me? Like that's what made me like some of these bands that have been like not around for a while, and I'm like, this thing can't be real. There's all these people saying it's like a scam and it's this, that, and the other. But just so everyone knows, we did pay extra for the insurance just in case.
Right.
So we will get a refund.
That's good.
Anyway, super stoked for that. Do you guys want to go through our text messages? Oh, also in about 5 minutes, I'm going to have to do a brief intermission. I would like to end the Zoom call that I'm currently on and then start a new one instead of paying to upgrade because we already have a band account. And for some reason, I couldn't get in today. So it's like it's like upgrade and then it's like put in your billing information. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. We already pay for Zoom.
Right.
So I think I can keep the stream live and then switch this. I don't think it's going to make a difference. But just so y'all know, in about 5 minutes, we're all going to take a pee-pee break.
Or I'll just keep sitting here and drinking my Dos Equis. And Rosemary, that's probably a good idea. Better to be safe than sorry, for sure. And then in YouTube, there's some words going on that I don't know.
I don't know. Probably people that are going to start spamming us. Okay.
Not Beverly.
I know. I was like, she doesn't look like a scammer.
Beverly's a saint. But that other guy, Richard Powell, being an MCR fan, you can't really trust him. Plus, his name's Richard. I don't trust any.
Hey,
Ricky's
all of our fans are
Richards.
awesome. All of our fans are awesome. All right. So, what is in the Nearly Dead's group chat?
Shenanigans.
me forgetting that we had a live stream tonight. Me not being able to log into Zoom. Javi telling everyone he's gonna go watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, how was that, Javi? What season are you on?
Nice. I'm on season 2.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
You upset about all the deaths so far?
No, I'm just ready to see. I'm ready to get to the end.
Oh, you got a long way to go, buddy. You got a long way.
How many seasons are there?
There's like
9,
10,
right? Yeah.
Nah, I can't open that can of worms yet. I've never I started. I think I watched the first season, then didn't finish.
Yeah,
I started it late. I think season 5 was out when I started it, and it was one of those this is all people talk about. I'm so tired of hearing about it. I'm not gonna watch it. But also, I don't have HBO, so. But then my roommates had HBO, so I was like, all right, fine. I'll give it a try.
Javi is like the king of emojis in our chat, too.
Yeah.
There's this little emoji that we say that looks like him because it has like a little mustache and glasses.
Except for Javi doesn't have a mustache.
I mean, you kind of have facial
looks
hair.
Well, that's my favorite
like my
one.
dad. Looks like my dad, honestly.
It does kind of look like your dad. You're right.
That's my favorite one that you use for sure. It makes me laugh every time.
The finger.
Yeah.
Always the pointy finger and like the dancing person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
like the disco guy that goes like
Yeah.
Got that one from John.
I do get a kick out of it.
that. I love that one. Nobody else really.
Our friend Daniel, who shot our video, the green screen video, he is always punching me in the face and all his emojis. Like whenever he gets his emoji that he always sends is that front punch one. It's like boom, 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 boom,
Like
like
fist
18
bump.
of them in a row.
That's
Yeah,
like a fist bump.
But it always seems so aggressive because it's never just like right on and one. it's always just like 13 in a row.
Yeah, he's beating the shit out of you.
Yeah, slow down. He was on the YouTube chat last week. And then and then I had lunch with him the next day. We went to this really good taco place, and we were talking about how like our next epic video, like we should get him and Josh to tag team together, like pull their resources.
Oh shit, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Well, Daniel shot. He's shot some stuff for Evanescence, and like he's worked on these bigger productions, and he's made some contacts and has like connections to get like bigger gear, like rigs and stuff and cranes, and like
wow.
He's like, yeah, so he's like, I can get some stuff.
We need to do the video for Watch Your Back, and we need to make it like our little mini movie.
Get him and Josh together.
That song is good, and I know he wants to do as good as it gets, and I think we should just go for it, because why the fuck not? Because that's part of our band, and our brand is like these cool videos, I feel. And we love doing them. I love doing them.
Yeah, the DIY ones are the best.
We are going to
kind of have to all get together to make it happen.
We are going to take a short break, and we will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves in the comments. Okay, dokie. Bye. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. But hey, Javi and Steve switched spaces, so that's cool.
It looks the same.
Looks like Steve and Josh
and Javi switched on mine.
See, it looks like Javi and Steve switched on mine.
Well, I mean, I'm the one screaming. Streaming.
I'm the one screaming.
Live scream. Why don't we call it a live scream? That's funny. That's like horror movie-ish. Is that stupid? Y'all are like
really missed the boat on that one. So
on a scale of 1 to 10,
reality train.
How on a scale of 1 to 10, how completely over me are you guys? 1 being like we still love you and you're cool and funny,
or 10's the most over.
No, 10 is the most over. 1 is like you still like me, you think I'm cool and funny, and talk about what a cool lead singer you have to your friends.
I don't know. 2.
Pretty funny.
I don't have an
Yeah,
issue
you
with-
are pretty funny. So
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, guys.
I don't find you offensive or yeah, you don't make me like what's my stomach turn like.
You haven't kicked me out yet. You were gonna say a 4 though.
I said I don't know 2, 4.
I
2,
I was
4.
like it's better than a 50. It's better than a 50-50. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's,
So less
it's leaning
than
on
5.
the positive side.
Less than 5. What about
Yeah.
you, Javi?
What was the question?
On a
How
scale,
over are you of how over TJ are you?
I'm not over anything right now.
hey,
I'm pretty mellow. I don't have any wine in me, so I'm just kind of chill.
Oh shit!
You need a Dos Equis.
I know.
I have it open because I'm making chili tonight, and it has Dos Equis in it.
Hey, nice.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a white bean with ground pork chili.
Nice.
Nice.
Kind of a Mexican style chili, you know. And of course, I bought Red Lobster biscuits to go with it. Those biscuits are the best things ever. Like I live by myself, and the kit bat makes like 10 of them. So I used them today when I had like breakfast, lunch. I used them to make breakfast sandwiches. So it was like Red Lobster.
It's just a cheddar biscuit day.
Yeah, with like
breakfast,
bacon,
lunch,
egg, and cheese in it.
Nice. That sounds so good. The Necro Maker on YouTube popped in to say, "Never look back and don't doubt tomorrow."
Oh,
nice.
Some good advice.
Yeah.
Some solid advice.
Yeah, I like that. Just wait till you guys hear the new songs. You're gonna be like, "Holy shit!"
Absolutely.
I think it's gonna be our best album for sure.
Yeah, dude.
That's
Why? Like, it should be. Expect nothing less. Expect nothing less from us, guys. Okay, so this weekend we are expecting like a giant snowstorm in New England. They call it a bomb cyclone. Let's see what the forecast is.
Jeez.
That's kind of a like intense word there.
I know, that's
it's
pretty
like
wild.
Polar vortex. So the last time we had it's bombogenesis. Last time this happened, there was legit a foot of snow. There's like warnings all over the place. 100% chance of snow on Saturday. So I'm definitely going to be recording as long as I don't lose power. But I'm going to be catching up on all these demos that I've been promising you guys. I'm actually, because I'll be stuck at home. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, a lot of it is written. It just
I haven't shown it to you guys, and it's not finished or whatever. I don't even want to finish like the things that we are tweaking currently. I think we should hold off until like Brian listens to it, because I really love having the producer's take. And no, okay.
No. Well, I mean, that's fine. Like, especially with Javi the Wanderer, because like I feel like the tweaks were so minor, anyways. Like, whatever. But
well, that one I've been sitting on.
The TND March is on the most recent chorus thing that we went over in the text thread.
Okay.
That one. That's the one.
Okie dokie. It still might change though, just so you know.
Yeah. All of this, like this whole demo, will probably change once we get in there. It's really just kind of reference. Like, it's gonna sound completely different, but it's cool because like at least our patrons can hear the song.
Yeah. Well,
and
that's
hear
why
the demo now, and then they can almost have that fun contrast of when it's actually released. Be like, oh, this is what those songs sounded like when they first did the demos, and this is what they sound like now. That's cool, and I had access to the demos, and
oh yeah, we hope you guys enjoy them. A lot of bands don't do that. They do the demos like years after they were hits. We're like the opposite. We're like, these are not hits. They may never be hits, but here's the demo just so you can see. But that's why I showed you guys the Jimmy Eat World like demo. I was like, dude. So the demo, I don't know if you guys listened to it, but it was like the middle. So obviously, massive song. Dads love it. Kids love it. Everybody loves it. Jimmy Eat World is like the fucking OG solid emo band that everyone respects, right? They're one of my favorite bands. So fucking talented. Very influenced by like Bruce Springsteen and just like classic Americana rock. The first word of the song in every verse goes, hey, don't write yourself off yet. It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on, right?
Yeah.
And we're flagged by YouTube. Anyway, copyright. The original demo goes, hey, you know you could do better, or something like that. What the fuck is it? And I was like, dude, it's totally changes the song. One line.
Yeah.
The rest of the song is the rest of the song is exactly the same, except for there's no guitar solo in the bridge. But the chord progression is exactly the same. The structure is the same, you know, bars and things like that.
Yeah. That's kind of why I was holding like on the
what
demos.
What are you saying, Hobby? Why are you laughing?
I just was thinking in my head, I was like, you know, because we listened to that Jimmy Eat World song millions of times, and then you hear the demo and you're like, oh, that's not the song. I'm just thinking, what if the people that are listening to our demos are like, oh yeah, this is a demo, and then when they hear the recording, they're like, wait a minute, that's not the song. Oh
yeah, this is how it goes. Hey, I know you're better than that. Don't you worry if you feel left out or looked down on. Anyway.
Yeah.
I know you're better than that.
Yet.
Don't write yourself out. Yeah.
Yeah, that sings way better.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. This is obviously the demo. And it's like, at some point, somebody came along and was like, change that line to this. And it's like, I think it's so much better. And it tells more of a story in one line. Don't write yourself off yet is kind of the same thing as you know you're better than that, but it's in a different way. I don't know. It's like, so I was like, dude, but everything else, it just takes some time. Everything will be all right. All exactly the same. Didn't change anything.
That's why I think with the
one
demos,
line.
It's really kind of like proof of concept is almost what you're doing, where it's like, here's the bones, here's the frame, this is the vibe we're going for, this is the sound we're going for, this is the message we're trying to tell, you know, this is kind of what we want where. Then when you get in the studio,
then they fine-tune it.
It may work, or he may hear a line, change that. That's why I like the demos pretty much I didn't put any lead guitar in any of the demos. You know, I put like just a quick solo that I wrote super quick on certain demos just to be like, hey, and this part of the bridge, we'd probably have a guitar solo here. That's the idea. So
the
this
structure
is just a temporary
there.
Like for structure. But throughout the rest of the song, you know, I'm not layering it with leads and stuff because I feel like that is
there's
something
a lot
to do
like
in the studio. And plus Brian's way better guitarist than I am. So like when I'm writing leads, it'd be more fun to do it with him, and he could be like, hey, well, why don't you
try
do this?
That collaboration.
That's kind of how that's kind of when we did Watch Your Back with him. In the chorus, there's this like that little walk that he was like,
so good.
He was talking about doing like a little transition thing there or something. But even working with JK, who's not a guitarist, like even him, I mean, he would hum things to me. Like I'd be in there working on leads and even on some of the solos and stuff I'd be playing, and he's like, well, why don't you just like walk it up to here or take that part of it up an octave, you know? So really what we're doing is just a framework and a jumping off point. And I think, but to me, I'm like, if these are the jumping off point, like I'm pretty excited for the finished product.
Oh, for sure.
I already
Absolutely.
like feel very good. Like I feel like writing wise, these songs are a step above what we've done before.
A couple things I want to give a shout out to Frank and Sean, Joseph for liking, Ariel for liking on Facebook. Tons of fun 939. Welcome to the party. Welcome to Twitch. Thank you for resubscribing. We love you guys who have subscribed month after month. Hopefully that means you're enjoying our shit talking. Let's see. Matthew Sheen is on Facebook, wants to know what's your favorite Jimmy Eat World album. And Duke Dubhouse is on Twitch as well and is gonna are we currently working on a Punk Rock Kitty Cat remix? Did we ever get that stem sent to them?
I can't find the session.
Shit.
I don't know where it is. It was something we did for Patreon years ago, like sort of last minute in the studio. And I think I even reached out to JK and he doesn't
have
so
them.
I don't know.
It was a while
the
ago.
session's probably lost.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. No.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I'll keep an eye out when I'm working on other stuff to see if it pops up at all. But I mean, I went through all my old hard drives that have other things on them, and I can't find it.
I mean, I don't. I know. Oh, he's like Psy. No stems. You know what? I know that it's not the same, but if you wanted to just take the song and do whatever to it, then we're okay with that. We give you permission to do that as well. I know it's not going to be the same as an actual remix, but you can still, do a little something to it if you want to. But it's just been lost to time, I guess. Like JK was the original producer. If he doesn't have it, then then that's that.
I don't know. I've got so many drives too. It's hard to keep. It's like that's the one thing about
recorded it
digital.
originally
it's
like years ago because of that. It was a Patreon thing, and then it was on YouTube with the video. So that was like 5 years ago, at least. It could have been more like 8 years ago, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, I was living with my aunt, and I had just met Jordan. I'm like, it's 7 or 8 years ago. Hey, we're not perfect. Live flip, why not? Sure, if that's what that means, to just take the actual song and chop it up and do some cool shit to it and add some beats and shit, that would be awesome. Add more cats. You know what I mean?
Speaking of, before we went on the break, I heard a crash in the other room, and I was like,
"Oh shit, your cats are up to no good."
Got up on the counters. I was like, and I walked out there, and they had the guiltiest looks on their face, and some of the cans that I had drying from the chili that I had cooked, they had got out the counter and knocked the cans on the ground. They were empty cans though.
So they use the tower and the counter still.
Yeah, the tower has done nothing apparently.
So anybody because there's a lot of people on here who I don't think were on last week and aren't on every week. Javi just said fuck you guys and just was like boop, hang up. Hey, there he is. Now everybody's shifted on the stream. Anyway, so Steve, the saga of Jonesy, right? She was a stray cat that just found her way into Steve's life, and anyways, then found out she was pregnant, then had like how many kittens? Like 6 kittens. 5 kittens. Then they all needed homes, and then now he kept one, and now they're just like wreaking havoc on his entire house. So recently, you bought like a tower for them so they would stop climbing on your refrigerator and your counters and stuff, but basically they were like, oh, more stuff for us to climb on, and continued to climb on the countertops.
Yeah,
so that's the story.
Wreaking Havoc's a bit extreme. They're pretty chill cats. I would say they're good. Like, I do appreciate, I guess the thing I enjoy most about having these two is they do not care about people touching them or messing with them. They don't hiss or scratch or bite. Like, anybody can like pick them up or pet them or whatever. So they're pretty chill, which is good. And for the most part, they don't have like crazy zoomies, and they're not tearing up stuff all over my house. But yeah, their flaw is they have recently, the kitten has learned that he can get up on the counter, so they keep jumping up on the counter looking for food, or like the kitten's taking the sponges out of the sink and bringing them all over the house.
That is like the cutest thing. Like she wants to clean, or he wants to clean. I do want to give a shout out to Doolin on Twitch. What's up? What up? And then Kibbles61 on YouTube. Love you guys. Thanks for doing a later stream, and thank you for helping me get through this last year and my battle with depression and substance abuse. Much love. So thank you for sharing that with us, and we appreciate you watching. And we're so glad that we can help you in any small way. And, just know we're rooting for you, and we're glad that you're here and you're watching and you're hanging out with us tonight. Oh, we always love hearing stuff like that. So hell yeah, this is why we do it.
It's never easy to overcome those sorts of obstacles, and most of us, it may not be the same hurdle that you're trying to get over, but we all have our hurdles. But the main thing is it's harder to do it alone. So find good groups of people like the Zombie Nation and supportive friends, and surround yourself with people and be active in these communities. And we're glad you're active in our community, because it definitely makes those difficult times a little bit easier to bear.
Well said, Steve. Well said.
Yeah.
Profound.
I've got some wisdom occasionally. Mostly I just steal it.
Occasional
like
wisdom.
That was gold.
That was great.
All the songs that I write, I steal. All my wisdom, I steal.
Dude, right. Hey, where's my pen? This is gold. These are good prime lyrics right here. All my wisdom, I steal. Dude.
Yeah.
That's good.
I like it.
I like it. Occasional Wisdom is a fucking excellent podcast name.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
That's like a great podcast name.
Yeah.
Occasional Wisdom.
Steve's wheels are turning. He's like, how can I start my own podcast?
Oh, man, I've already thought of other podcast ideas, but yeah, no. I already... My therapist has said, no, narrow your focus. Narrow yourself. He's like, you're spreading yourself way too thin, way too many projects. Don't be a jack of all trades. Give yourself manageable goals that you can reach and manageable things. So yeah, I have plenty of podcasts and other ideas that I'm just like,
you know what? Let me interject there. When I'm reading the Stacey Abrams book right now, and she is really honing in on that point of like, we have too many options and nobody knows what they want because they're good at a lot of stuff, or they're passionate or interested in a lot of things. So nobody knows what path to go down, or they're too afraid to go down a path because of where it might lead. And even though it might lead somewhere great, yeah, I was just like I was like, that you see me. It's like, it's tough to be interested in a lot of different things because you want to do everything. And then you end up with burnout or not really ever pursuing any of them. It's just like, it's a very common problem, I feel like. Do you guys feel like that at all?
Yeah. Especially people who are like, I think especially people like us that are like pursuing creative and self-employed, quote unquote, careers. Because it's like, if you're somebody who wants to climb the company ladder, it's, those goals, you can see that, and there's like a lane that you stay in, or there, you kind of see the route that gets you there. Whereas it's like, I think for a lot of people who want to make a career or livelihood for themselves doing their own thing, it's such a challenging career path to take, we often get in that mode like I got into a while ago where it's like, let me throw a bunch of darts at the board and hopefully one sticks and takes off. So it's like, I'm going to do this, 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 and this, and this, and try to do all these things. And then hopefully one of them's going to take off and I'll be fine. But then the problem with that is you're not putting your full focus or potential or energy behind any one thing. You're spreading your time thin. Your brain power is being divided up. And so
this is what she says. She says getting lost in possibilities.
Yeah. And how can you really expect to do anything successfully, if you're not giving it your undivided attention? So I think it's okay to diversify, but like for me, I had to, instead of having 6 different projects going, it's like, let me pick my favorite 2 or 3, or the 2 or 3 that I feel I can manage better with my time and that my skill sets are better for. Like I pretty much eliminated any sort of engineering type music stuff, because whether it's audio or because I'm just like, I know how to do it, but I'm better at songwriting and performing than I am at like recording. So why, try to teach myself all over again the engineering side and try to do all this stuff in an area that I'm not that efficient in, and then I'm giving people, like I was telling people, yeah, I can do that, and they were paying me, and I ended up turning out an okay product. But a lot of times it was stuff I had never done, and I'm just like, I'm gonna figure this out really quick, But then I feel bad because I'm just like, these people are putting their project in my hands and trusting me for something that I don't feel super confident about, but I'm just trying to do it to make money. And so I had to kind of train myself to like not say yes to everything and just be like, no, you know what? I'm only focusing on the composing. I'm only focusing on the Nearly Deads, and I'm only focusing on my writing. These other, being a sound engineer, a live audio recorder, doing these other podcasts, doing these other things. It's like, this all needs to take a back seat. So yeah, Josh is pretty focused over there. You've been putting a lot of time into school, and then you've been working on this demo. Do you feel like you're spreading yourself thin at all?
Yeah, always. I kind of thought that it was but I've gotten better at it. I definitely, I think how you kind of said it first, Steve, like it's like a creative thing. I don't know. Like I always thought it was like a personality trait, but I think we all share that personality trait of just wanting to create. So there's always like a list of things I have in my head, but I feel like, I mean, that was even played a role into me deciding to go to college. And I think that's definitely helped with, telling myself to focus on that. And then once we started, the band started demoing and stuff, focusing on that. So I really try to make those like my 2 main focuses. And then, work, because you have to make money,
right?
Because that's like life, but yeah, absolutely. I definitely get where you're coming from. And it's definitely hard to break away from, though, because I still always have a million things in my mind that like I would like to do,
Yeah.
Whether it's like, I mean, I don't know. I always I want to get back into like drawing more and all this stuff, but I definitely have tried to teach myself that even if I just focus on a couple things and accomplish those things, whether it's homework or demoing or writing, then it's okay. That's okay. Like I feel accomplished, I don't have to worry about the million other things in the back of my mind, But
yeah, would you say before you came to that conclusion, I'm laughing at my joke before I've even said it. Would you say that you were trying to spread yourself like a buffet, Josh?
Maybe, Steve.
Javi is a man of many talents and many projects. Are you still pursuing all of them, or have you kind of narrowed your focus, Javi?
I've kind of like narrowed it. I guess I have a list of priority. So it's like, work comes first because that's what pays the bills, then family. I try to spend as much time with them as I can. And then any other free time I have, I just like if I have a list of a million things, I'm like, okay, well, what's the most important thing? And a lot of times I'll start with like the easiest thing. Because like if you start with the easiest thing first, you'll knock it out, and then you'll start to build momentum off of that. And then by the time you know it, we'll have accomplished like 10 things. You don't, because I think you get anxious if you like try to do the hard things first.
Right. Yeah, you almost like kind of like hype yourself up with getting the easiest. You feel like Josh was saying, you feel accomplished, and then like you're saying, that motivates you to do the next thing.
Right. And I think like a lot of it's time management too, which I learned at like just waiting tables. It's like if you can kill two birds with one stone, like you're going to be saving yourself a ton of time. Like if you're trying to accomplish one thing and you find like a way to accomplish three things at the same time that you're doing that one thing, you get a lot more done faster in the same stride, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
well said, Senor Suave.
Yeah.
All right, TJ, next topic. Or do you have more to add to that?
Well, Duke Dubhouse said pretty much kind of like what we were saying, especially with music, about like a lot of times people say diversify and whatever, but they said they doubled down on a specific genre of DJ and producing because it was better than trying to do everything. So I thought that was a good insight. And Doolin says, as far as hobbies go, I had to decide on one thing, and that's chess, because I would get lost in possibilities for sure, because there's so much I want to learn, especially foreign languages. The way that she puts that, lost in possibilities, it's like that's exactly what it feels like. It's like paralyzing. It gives me anxiety. It's like, of all the things that we could do, or all the things that you could have chosen, like especially in my life, like when I was younger, the first thing I really wanted to do when I discovered music, or that I had like a proficiency for it, I guess, was like Broadway and musical theater and stuff. And like I could have pursued that. Like there's a whole career path for pursuing stuff like that. Like, but I don't know. Like I never did, And then I got into opera and classical music and composition, and I always have loved writing music. And anyway, so it's just like all those different things. But it was like, I definitely find myself wondering, like, well, 20 years ago, if I had just like moved to New York and like done Broadway, like, would I be Kristen Chenoweth now, or like whatever? Like, I think about that sometimes. But I mean, my life took me in a certain way and took me basically to the Nearly Deads. And I'm very happy that it did, like obviously no regrets. But still, like I'm into a lot of different things. Composing for film and things like that is a dream of mine, something I've always wanted to do. And I guess I always thought that like being in this band would give me the opportunities to do all the other things that I want to do. But it's slow going sometimes, and it's definitely made me more of myself. It's made me discover more about myself, like on this journey, and just putting yourself out there in the public eye and having the success that we've had, like online and things like that. It's been a very interesting, peculiar journey that we've all been on. Do you guys kind of feel the same way sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially
And
when
I
I see like 10 years ago pictures or 12 years ago gigs, and I'm like, man, like we didn't know, like we would, we're all so grown up now, and I didn't know that we'd still be doing this and people would still be loving Never Look Back, and it's a really cool feeling that we're able to do this, for sure.
It's crazy to me, like Never Look Back was always the single. That was always our big song. And I mean, on YouTube, it's still like nothing's going to overtake it on YouTube. I mean, well, I don't want to say that, who knows? This new album comes out. Maybe we have another viral track that just blows up and blows that one out of the water. Possibilities are endless. But as far as our catalog now, like on YouTube, Never Look Back so far ahead. None of those other videos are going to overtake them. But it's crazy to me that like on other streaming platforms, Never Look Back has always been our big single. But now, I can see all our statistics on Spotify. Like now it's not even second, it's third now. Like
what's second?
My Evil Ways took over as the most popular song a while ago, but now Freak Show is even more widely streamed than Never Look Back.
You heard it first, guys.
Third.
We're not just a one-hit wonder.
It's Evil Ways, Freak Show, Never Look Back are the most streamed on Spotify, at least.
Nice.
So it's just interesting. Yeah. It's like, because before, I don't know, we just had so much success with that song. I just kind of felt like, oh, that's always going to be the big single.
Yeah.
People might like the other songs, but that's always going to be like the most focus, so that to see like others. And it's funny because it's kind of funny how Freak Show crept up, but it was before we did the video. So it wasn't even like
it was like on its own. Yeah.
The video. Yeah, it wasn't even like the video did.
We got 6 minutes left, guys.
I did do a playlisting marketing bump for Freak Show before we released the video, just to kind of get some attention on it. But even at that point, it was already close to 1 million. So it's just it just kind of organically, just like, but it had been out for a while. Like it just like it was like one of those things where it was out there, it wasn't doing a whole lot. It was kind of sitting pretty average, like our other songs.
The slow burn.
But then it was like suddenly it caught on. Suddenly, like people were starting to notice it, and then it just like exponentially, just kind of like over the past year, just all of a sudden like took off.
The video on YouTube for Evil, are you talking about Evil Ways or Freak Show?
Freak Show.
Freak Show. Oh, okay. I was gonna say the video for Evil Ways has like 1 million or 2, right?
Yeah.
Views. I mean, this is. Isn't that crazy? Like, it's crazy to me to think of like everything, like just millions of streams and views. Hi, babe. Hey. We're finishing up in like 5 minutes, and then we're gonna make Hello Fresh.
Hello Fresh.
Jordan wants to show off his Pokemon cards he just bought.
Nice.
Nice.
I mean,
let me see.
Ask Jordan if he's excited for Arcania.
Yes.
Golden Pikachu.
I love
and Golden Charizard.
Oh my gosh.
These are apparently really hard to find.
That's crazy.
It's a sexy card.
Ask him, is he going to play Arcania?
Are you going to play Arcania?
Yeah.
Yes. The answer was yes.
It's getting really good reviews.
Do you hear Moom in the background too? Bring on Moom so she can pick her up and so have her wave. We're out of time on Zoom. We're so fucking unprofessional, and I love it. This is the Nearly Dead's way.
That's like, the charm of our.
Yeah, we're not above anything. We're not like fancy. We don't have a studio. We don't, whatever.
No, this is my bedroom. This is my cat's
I'm in my kitchen.
Shit box. This is the shit box. Javi's kid is like crawling all over him.
Yeah.
But we love it. We're fucking real people, man. We are real people, and we love chatting with you guys every week. Thank you so much for joining us. Our Discord channel is called the Nearly Dead's Chat. Duke, and if you are a member of the Patreon, there is a private chat for a private Discord for patrons only. You will get a link to that when you sign up. If you are a member and you don't have it, check that first initial email or hit us up if anybody is not a member of either the private Facebook or Twitch. We can get you guys, or Discord, my bad. There is no private Twitch. But yeah, this was a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah.
Final thoughts?
Yeah, join the Patreon to listen to the new album. It's coming along. TJ's recording this weekend. We're gonna have some more tracks up there with vocals next week. Cause I'll mix them in. My goal will be to get some in before our next stream and before I leave. So if you record stuff on Saturday,
so you're
I'll mix
leaving
it in before I leave.
in the beginning of February, right? Yeah. So I have to get everything done
next Friday.
I'm gonna try to get everything done. No, you don't have to get
everything done, but if you get 1 or 2 done this Saturday, I'll mix them up before I leave, and then there'll be 1 or 2 more for the patrons.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 minutes left. Josh, final thoughts.
Oh,
rapid fire.
You know,
corn or potatoes.
Zip it up and zip it out.
Javi, final thoughts.
Well, stay safe, stay warm. Let's make some music.
That's
and
very
make
nice.
some love later.
Nice.
I'm gonna go watch some more Game of Thrones.
This is Javier not on wine. This is just sweet Javier being like, you know what? Stay warm, stay safe. There's a lot of snow coming. There's COVID. And Steve's going to be traveling soon. So what? We're going to have 2 more weeks and then you're gone for 2 weeks?
No. Next week.
Next week is the last week.
I leave next Friday.
And then it's the TJ, Josh, and Javi show.
Mm-hmm. It's the
I'll be having some wine.
It's the Bash Steve show for 2 weeks.
Let's have we'll
Party
have a
time.
wine night. We'll have a wine night and we'll just talk shit about Steve. You know you need to sign up for Twitch for that. You know you want to subscribe to see that, people. You know you do.
About to be done.
I only have one final thought, and it is if you take nothing else away from this stream today, take away that now we know that Steve eats hair. If there is
I don't go out of my
Bring
way
it-
to.
if
And
there
I
is
didn't
it
say
full
I
circle.
ate the hair.
If
I said
there's a
I'd take it
fucking
out.
hair in his food, he just
I said I'd
takes
take
it
it
out and then
out.
eats the food.
Oh
No,
my
Brought it,
goodness.
not
brought
in a
it all the way
restaurant.
back.
Not if it's not your
Watch
hair.
Arcania. It's the greatest show ever. And it's on Netflix. So
Oh,
everybody has Netflix.
Jordan literally says I do that too, and it depends on what the hair looks like. All right, so this
All
is
right, guys.
disgusting. All right, that's the end.
Zippity-doo-dah.
The zippity doo.